Hi there. Hey people, how are we? This is going to be an install slash public service announcement awareness for a company that I've been using for a while. This is not free, I paid for it, I always pay for my stuff unless disclosed on the video. Now this is a company on eBay. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of them, but they're just called RacingRadiatorGuards on eBay. I'll put a link in the description, but I've used their radiator guards. It's a guy who just makes them in his spare time. You know, he's a cracking guy. I've spoken to him before. He's a good lad, and basically, yeah, I've used these guards throughout both street triples, the speed triple, and now the KTM. And just a bit of background really before we go put this on, because the install is simple as anything. There's no bolts, there's no nothing, you literally just slot it in. I'm not sure if anyone else is like me, but you're cheap as fuck and you can't go spending a load of money on things. Getting the KTM in has cost me a lot of money, which I don't have. Makes me wonder why, if I should have kept the speed triple really, but what's done is done. Anyway, just in terms of budgeting, you know, we're all struggling at the minute with money, it's difficult, etc, whatever. Now, looking online at the different radiator guards, you've got your R&G, your Evotech, you've got a few other brands out there, and they're all £50 plus to £100, you know, it's a lot of money, and you need to protect your radiator, because once your radiator's been smashed in by a stone, you're paying a lot of money for a new one, so you may as well just bite the bullet and get something to protect it. If you can afford a nice fancy one, whatever, I can. Now, Racing Radiator Guards, like I said, it's one guy that just makes these on his own. There's a video on YouTube, I'm doing this for him, he doesn't know I'm doing it for him, but I'm doing it just for a bit of awareness, you know, because his stuff has been really good for me. Now, he makes these on his own, in his wherever he makes them, and essentially the instructions are here, and all you do is you slot it in on the left, push it in on the right, and it stays in place. Now, just as a thing, if you do this without tying them down and it comes off, I'm not liable, he's not liable, he says that on his thing. He does give you some wire, some cable ties if you want to use those. However, I've never actually had to use them, and last time I used the cable tie, I messed my radiator up because I put it through one of the fins and tied it up and it crushed it, and I'm an idiot. The only thing I'm worried about with this one is that on the radiator for the Duke, there's like a little screw that sticks out around about here. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't know if I need to get access to it in the future, I really don't know. But we're going to go fit this, I'll show you how easy it is. Peace. Oh, £29 by the way, 29 quid. Hello. Right, now, we're going to whack this onto the, obviously we're going to whack this onto the bike, but there's a bit of an issue with, there's not a lot of clearance with the radiator. So there's a screw on the radiator itself, and the horn is quite close to the radiator. So what we're going to have to do is actually bend it, physically bend this first, and then get it into place. Now the instructions on there do say left hand side first, slots up and then pushes in. Now, as I said, because the radiator is quite bent, it's a little bit easier if you just pre-bend it, which I have done here. We'll whack it on from the left hand side and then push it in and see what happens. So, I wish I had some compressed air or something, because I could get these fucking flies and shit out. But you can see here, there's this little screw which is holding in the fan, I think. So we'll just pre-bend this, we're just going to slide it up on the left hand side, and then we're going to get it underneath the horn, because the horn sticks out quite a bit. If you can see that there, the horn sticks in quite a bit. So what we want to do is we're going to push it in from the left and push it up, and as you can see at the side over there is it's overlapping, so you bend it in but not too much and kind of slot it into place. Right, so left in, and then you just going to bend it in from the bottom. Yeah, okay, right, figured out a way. Ow. What you want to do is start off at the bottom here, push your way up. I'll do it from the other side because that's my easiest spot. Right, and then put it in to the side there. And then once that's all in, if we can, there we go. Right. Jesus. Well, that's definitely in. Right, you can see that. Bit of a lip at the bottom here because it stops up at the horn. Right, peel it off. That's it. Can be a little challenging, really. However, if you look up here, it's cut out because this bracket here gets in the way, and now that's right budged up to the horn bracket there. There is still a bit sticking out underneath. So look at that already, fuck's sake. Piece of shit. I don't think it is. I think that's in as in as can be, to be honest. And then, as you can see from both sides here, that's just held in by friction, but that is not coming out. No chance that's coming out. It'll come out now, I've said that, I know it. Yeah, that's as up as it's going to be because of that bracket there. What you could do if you wanted is use those the zip ties or cable ties or the wire to wrap it around either this or that up there where that hanging bracket is, but I think I'm just going to leave that as is, to be honest, because it looks fine to me. And now I don't have to worry about any fucking stones coming up and smacking me. There's stuff at the back already here, look where the fins are bent, but it's kind of annoying, that really. There's not much you can do there, I'm afraid. So there you go. That side looks good. And it is as simple as that. You just whack it in, and there is an act to it, don't get me wrong. It's got flex in it. You don't want to go bending things too much because it's quite soft metal. I think it's aluminium, I'm not too sure, but the metal's quite soft, so once it's bent into, if it's got a kink in it, it's not going to come out. So like I said, I've run these now for a while, thousands of miles, and they've not popped out. If you want to use these, you can. I'm just going to leave it as is, to be honest, because the way it goes in, the friction fit, there's a lip on the radiator either side, and it just wedges between those basically. So once you've actually got the rubber seated in, and then you push the entire thing up, it's not that bad, and I don't think that's going to fall out. I'll give you an update if it does. I'm sure it'll be on some video somewhere of the radiator guy coming off, and if you don't want that to happen, I would suggest just tying it up with some wire or the cable ties. But for me, I'm just going to leave it like that. And so yeah, peace of mind for 30 quid, can't really beat that, you know. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Yeah, give those guys a look if you want. I'll leave a link in the description. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you very, very soon, I'm sure. Until the next time, sort them out. See you around.